Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Omkar Sangita Diliprao Sonone, a part of team FMG, and today we are very glad to have with us Dr. Himani, who has recently cleared her FMG Foreign Medical Graduate Examination in this June 2022 session. So first of all, heartiest congratulations, Dr. Himani, and welcome you
Thank you
on
so much,
board
sir.
on this journey. So now
Thank
my
you.
first question to you, Dr. Himani, would be, first of all, we would like you to introduce yourself to our audience. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm Himani Shaktawat. I cleared this FMG June 2022. This was my first attempt, and I cleared it with the score of 165. I completed my graduation from Jinzhou Medical University, China.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So that's great because in this examination, I have seen most of the people clearing it in their second or third attempt. It's great that
Yes.
rarely I have seen people in this attempt clearing it in the first one.
Yes, sir.
So definitely those who are attempting it for the first time can walk on your footsteps and definitely can take inspiration from your strategy and also what was your approach for your preparations. So let's
Yes,
dive
sir.
into the questions directly. So my
Okay.
first question to you, Dr. Imani, would be why only medicine? Why did you choose medicine as the profession in first place?
I was not good in maths. Actually, medicine is a profession in which you can serve the country in a way you want. Actually, I was not good in maths and other subjects. So this was the only option I found it perfect for me.
That's a pretty practical answer, by the way.
Yeah.
Then, do you belong to family of doctors?
No, sir. Actually, my father is a lecturer and my mother is a housemaker. No one is a doctor in my family.
So congratulations on that too, being a first doctor in the family.
Thank you, sir.
Then I would like to ask you, like, how was the journey in China, and like, what was your preparation strategy over there as such?
There, I used to study. Just I did two subjects, anatomy and biochem. Azam sir came there, so
Okay,
I did offline coaching type something.
right,
Yeah, so and nothing else. No other subject I completed there. When I came in India after 2020 Corona time, so
right.
at that time I started preparing for FMG particularly. And if you ask me the exact time I started that, like, yeah, it's my time to start for the FMG. That was the last 1 year. I was like, I have to do it now.
That's true. So definitely it must have been difficult, but I don't think so. It's impossible because
Yeah,
you are an
absolutely
example.
so.
Because people most likely feel that when you come back, definitely you don't have chances if you haven't studied to pass in the first attempt. But you are a live
No, it's
example.
not like that. Yeah.
Right, right, right. That's true. Then what would you recommend to the people over there now? Like, what would be your suggestion to the people studying in their first, second, or third year?
Actually, they should start with the main videos of everything. They shouldn't go directly to the rapid revision or chanting something. They should do all the main videos first, because
Right,
people usually think that chanting is everything. Actually,
right,
I used the chanting of your ophthalmology. That was the best chanting I found. So that was so good for me. But that's the thing, that first you have to do all the main videos from the offline coaching or either from online coaching or any platform, whatever they want. But they should go because they are having time for that, enough time.
right, right, right.
So in the last days they have to go with the crisp material. Like for the last 6 months, when we have time, we have to go through the crisp material only.
That's
That's
true.
what I
That's
think.
most important.
Yes,
So
sir.
my question to you would be like, definitely, if you have online classes or videos or offline coaching, along with that, you need to also practice MCQs and also
Yes, sir.
do some revision. So how did you devote your time? How did you manage your time daily?
So actually my strategy was like that. I didn't attempted so many MCQs. First I completed the whole course.
Hmm.
I was like, if I'm not having the knowledge of everything, then how is it possible for me to attempt the questions? So
That's
I
true.
first completed the whole subjects, all 19 subjects. Then I started doing MCQ with the revisions. So that was so benefited for me that I know the material also, and then what's the process, that how to apply that, each and everything.
That's
In the last 3 months of my preparation, I used to do MCQ almost 100 MCQ a day,
that's
daily. And it should be consistent. You have to do it daily. It shouldn't be like you are doing today and then you forget about MCQs for the second 2 3 days. It shouldn't be like that. You
right,
should
right.
do it daily.
Yeah. So I could derive the two most important things from your answer was, Dr. Himani. First of all, definitely you need to approach all the 19 subjects, right?
Yeah,
Because people
yeah.
try to find shortcuts during their preparation.
Huh, there's no shortcut.
Right. And second most important thing you mentioned is consistency. So I would,
Consistency. That's
yeah,
the perfect key for that.
I would like to ask my second question on that only because
Yes,
as
sir.
we know, FMG is a long journey. It is a marathon race, I would say. So
Yes, sir.
people tend to get off track usually in the preparations, mid of the preparations. So
Hmm.
usually what happens is when they start, they are very enthusiastic and therefore they are very intense, 10 to 12 hours of study, but then
Hmm.
they fall back. So what do you
Yes,
think?
sir.
Short term intensity or a long term consistency? What did
Obviously,
you
long-term
practice?
consistency, sir.
And how did you maintain that consistency or the pace during your preparation?
Sir, I used to do it daily. I was not the one who used to study like आज तो 12 hours पढ़ लिया and then ठीक है next day भूल गए सब कुछ वो वाला नहीं चाहिए. But it should be like I used to study for 5 to 6 hours only. That was just 5 to 6 hours, but that should be consistently daily. Each and every day you have to study. There should be no ifs and buts.
That's true. That's most
Yeah.
important. Key the duration of the study doesn't matter. The
Yeah.
quality
I
that
never used to
matters.
study so much time.
Right. The quality matters actually. The productivity
Yeah,
matters. That's
yeah,
true.
it matters.
Then I would like to ask you that people are usually they do practice MCQs. Some of them do mess it, but then they are very afraid or frightened to attempt grand tests. Like, did you attempt grand tests, and what is your take on
Yeah,
that?
I attempted 8 to 9 grand tests. I attempted, but that too I attempted after completing all at least 2 revisions.
Right.
Because if you will start doing in starting, you will feel demotivated. If you haven't completed the subject, people usually do this mistake. I think so that they start doing grand tests even before completing the subject. So they
That's
feel like यार कुछ नहीं आता है, अपने से नहीं हो पाएगा. फिर they never go to touch the grand test again. So
that's
start doing the grand test once you have done all the subject, at least one revision you have done. So you will get the perfect marks and you will get motivated. And grand test helped me to see the question in a way that how to find the keywords from that.
right.
And it's like you have to face new question each and every time. Otherwise, we have the feeling like यार same question इसी तरह का आएगा and हमको ये mark कर देना है. But when we
That's
use
true.
the different questions ना, so we feel like यार हाँ ठीक है इस तरह का भी बन सकता है question and हमको ये keywords याद रखने हैं, questions नहीं रटने हैं हमें. So grand test helped me a lot. I did 8 to 9 grand tests in the last 1.5 months. Yeah, 1.5 months
Right. That's
last.
most important. You have mentioned कि most of the people feel कि grand test के साथ questions directly exam में appear हो जाए. You have mentioned that
Yeah,
keywords or the concept is much more important because the
yeah, that's
exact question might not replicate directly. That's
obviously.
most important. The people should remember. Then, like, I would like to ask you definitely, what role did AFMG play or we play in your preparations? How did it help, or how did you utilize these sessions in your preparation?
Yeah, AFMG literally helped me a lot. Whenever I used to, I was not a proper using for the FMG, but it's like whenever I was not able to find the source, complete source, then I used to go for the FMG only. That was the last source for me because it helped me at each and every step. I was like, कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है, ठीक है, अब क्या करें, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है. तो chanting session and all, they helped me literally very much. And the last few hours session was that 300 question session which you took.
Right.
That helped me a lot because you covered almost all the questions which may be asked in that exam. Because ऐसे पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाता है, हमें ऐसा लगता है कि अब लास्ट टाइम पे क्या पढ़ें, कैसे पढ़ें, वो समझ नहीं आती है चीज. तो उस टाइम पे वही होता है कि आप क्वेश्चन अगर वो वाला वीडियो देखते हैं कोई तो बहुत हेल्पफुल होता.
That's most important, right?
Yeah.
So now, Dr. Mani, I would like to ask, how did you find this examination? Because most of the people, as we know, the passing percentage is not much in this examination. So most of the people found it difficult, and they thought that the paper one was really tough. And secondly, I would also like to know how was the distribution between one-liners, image-based questions, and the clinical minutes?
So literally the first paper was very tough. I don't think there were one-liners or something, just clinical questions only. Second was pretty good because that was a conceptual question. So I feel that one-liners वाला जो चीज़ है उसको हमें छोड़ ही देना चाहिए. ठीक है, हमको अब ये देखना चाहिए कि अप्रोच इसी वे में हो कि हमें क्लिनिकल्स के की पॉइंट्स याद होने चाहिए कि हमें किस तरह से अप्रोच करना है. If you're having that knowledge of the key point, that will be far better than those one liners, and images should be perfectly done.
That's more important, right? Then I would like to ask you, Dr. Himani, because as we said that people tend to make mistakes, silly mistakes to har ek se hoti hai, but
Yes, sir.
on the exam day, actually, there is a lot of stress, anxiety, nervousness. You might also have experienced the same. Then how
Yes.
did you deal with that, first thing? And second thing, apart from this, definitely, like how did you maintain your calm throughout your examination?
So for that, it's like my father was there with me. So before exam, I was like, "Ki Papa, kaise hoga? Kya hoga?" So your parents are the best motivator for us. So you should talk to your parents whenever you feel like अब नहीं हो रहा है, अब कैसे पढ़ेंगे आगे, क्वेश्चंस नहीं आ रहे, सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा. और पेपर के टाइम भी you should talk to your parents. They are the best motivator for you. So my parents are just like, whenever I used to feel कि अब नहीं हो रहा है, टेंशन हो रहा है, ये सब हो रहा है, तो my parents were always there for me. And during the exam, I was calm and relaxed because my parents told me just be relaxed, कोई बात नहीं है, सब हो जाएगा, तूने इतना पढ़ा है. तो ऑब्वियसली हमें ये सोचना चाहिए कि हमने जब इतना पढ़ा है तो ऑब्वियसली होगा ही सही. ऐसा कैसे होगा कि क्वेश्चन कहाँ से आ जाएंगे? इतना हार्ड पेपर भी था तो भी सबका हुआ ही ना. 10% थे तो उन्होंने भी तो किया.
That's most important. That's most important. कहीं और से उठ के तो questions नहीं आएंगे. It
हाँ, कहीं से
from medicine itself. Right. That's most important. Now, I would like to know कि what role, as you have rightly mentioned in one of your answers, that you did 2 revisions and then you attempted grand test. So
Yes,
people could not even complete the course in time usually. So how did you manage completing the course in time and then also doing 2 revisions at the same time? What was your take for you on how was your plan for revisions?
Yes, sir. So actually, I once did all the main videos or the main classes before 6 months. Like I was having this phase, I completed my graduation in December.
Right.
So I was having the time from January to June. So till December, I completed all the first attempt of the subjects. Like 19 subjects, I have covered all of them. Then from January, I started my first revision. So for the first 2 months, I completed all the subjects revision, and then I did all the PYQs. Along with the subject, I used to do the PYQs because PYQs help us to give a clue that how the question will come, which are the more important topics from that. So I always used to do PYQ of each and every subject. And then till March, I completed my first revision. And then from the March, I started the again revisions. I did almost 3 to 4 revisions completely in this phase of January to June. The last one was like I made some short notes from myself, not the printed ones. So I used that one for the last revision.
That's best. That's best. You need to have a small book with you for the last week at least. That's most important. Then definitely most of us are actually crazy about social media, including me. So definitely, how did you manage with that? How did you tackle that social media stress?
So actually the connection got.
How did you manage that social media stress?
Hello?
Because most of us are social media addicts nowadays. Hello?
So it got stuck.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Yeah. So I was asking
No,
you, like, how did you manage with the social?
It has got stuck, sir.
It's stuck? Is it still stuck? Is it fine now?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you. But your video is not working.
Yeah, okay. So if you are able to hear me, we can just move on to the last question. Are you able to hear me?